Most creators hit the same wall when they try to make 3D characters. Either they spend weeks learning Blender, pay a freelancer hundreds of dollars per model, or use a text-to-3D tool that gets the shape roughly right but produces geometry so messy it's unusable inside a game engine. I've been running Meshy through its full production pipeline, not just the generation step, but image to 3D, AI texturing, remesh, auto-rigging, and export. And the results are genuinely production ready. Let me show you the complete workflow from concept image to a fully rigged animated character inside Blender. Go to Meshy.ai, links in the description, and sign in. Free tier gives you 200 credits a month to start. Once you're in, we're not going to the text prompt box. We're going to image to 3D in the left sidebar. This is a fundamentally different workflow from text generation. And for character work specifically, it gives you significantly more control over the final form. The reason is simple. When you generate from text, Meshy is interpreting your description and making creative decisions about pose, proportions, and silhouette. When you generate from an image, you're locking those decisions yourself in 2D first, where iteration is instant and free, and then committing to the 3D conversion only when the concept is exactly right. I'm working with a concept sketch I generated inside Meshy's own image workspace. Click text to image in the top navigation. In the prompt field, type fantasy rogue character, hooded cloak, leather armor with bronze buckles, slight crouched stance, front-facing reference sheet, clean white background. Turn on Auto Refine. This sharpens the prompt automatically for better 3D input. Hit Generate. 4 variations come back in about 15 seconds. I'm selecting the one with the cleanest silhouette and clearest armor separation. A strong read from a distance is what matters most for the 3D conversion step. Click Image to 3D on the selected concept. The generation panel opens. Set the model to Meshy 6. This is the current flagship, producing the highest fidelity geometry with up to 600,000 faces. Enable multi-view if you have more than one angle of the character. For this workflow, I just have the front-facing ref, so I'll leave it at single image. Set pose to T-pose. This is important. A T-pose generates a mesh that deforms correctly when you add a rig later. If you generate in a dynamic pose and then try to rig it, you'll get pinching at the joints. T-pose first, animate later. Hit Generate. Meshy 6 processes the image and builds the 3D mesh in about 60 seconds. The model appears in the 3D viewer. Rotate it. The hooded silhouette is reading correctly from every angle, the armor plates are geometrically separated from the body underneath, and the cloak is draped with physically plausible folds. Toggle the wireframe overlay in the viewer. The mesh density is reasonable, detailed enough to hold the armor edge sharpness, not so dense it's going to tank performance. Now, AI texturing. The generated mesh has basic materials applied, but I want full PBR texture control. Click AI texture on the model card. In the texture prompt field, type fantasy rogue, aged brown leather with worn patches, bronze metal buckles with verdigris at the edges, dark gray linen hood with subtle weave texture, dirt and scuff marks on the lower cloak. Click Generate. Watch the 3D viewer update in real time as the texture wraps the geometry. The leather is reading with natural grain direction following the armor panel shapes. The bronze buckles have that greenish oxidation at the edges exactly as prompted. That level of material specificity is what separates a prop from a prop that feels like it's been used. Toggle the normal map view in the viewer. The surface detail is baked correctly. You're seeing geometry information that isn't actually in the mesh, which is exactly how game engines handle surface detail efficiently. If the first pass isn't quite right, say the hood texture is too light or the metal needs more wear, don't regenerate the whole model. Click Refine Texture, describe the specific change, and Meshy retextures only those elements. The mesh stays untouched. I'll type, darken the hood fabric significantly. It should read as almost black in shadow. The retexture takes about 30 seconds and updates only the cloth material while the leather and metal stay as generated. Next, remesh. The generated mesh is visually correct, but the topology isn't optimized for animation or real-time use. Click Remesh on the model. Set topology type to quad. Quad faces deform cleanly at joints when animated, whereas triangle meshes tend to pinch. Set target poly count to 15,000 for a game-ready character, high enough to preserve the armor detail, low enough to run well in a real-time engine. Hit Remesh. Compare the wireframe before and after. The quad mesh has regular, organized edge flow following the natural contours of the armor. Edge loops running around the shoulders, the knees, the waist. This is the topology a character rigger would produce manually. Meshy generated it automatically in under a minute. Now, Auto-Rig. Click Animate on the model card. Meshy analyzes the character geometry, identifies the skeletal structure, and places joints automatically. Spine, shoulders, elbows, wrists, hips, knees, ankles. The rig appears overlaid on the character in the viewer. Click through the joint positions and check the shoulder placement. This is where auto-riggers most often go wrong. The shoulder joints are seated correctly inside the armor shoulder plates. Animation costs 0 credits on any plan. Rig and reanimate as many times as you need without touching your credit balance. Browse the motion library. 500 plus presets across idle cycles, walk, run, attack, jump, and complex combat sequences. I'll apply a combat idle first. Weight shift, slight breathing movement, weapon hand slightly raised. Preview it in the viewer. The cloak deforms with the body movement, the armor panels follow the skeleton correctly, and the hood stays seated on the head without clipping. Click a run cycle. Clean footfall, natural arm swing. This character is ready to go into a game engine right now. Export. Click download on the model card. I'm exporting as FBX with the rig and animations included. This is the format that imports cleanest into Blender and Unreal Engine. The PBR texture maps, diffuse, roughness, metallic, normal, export alongside the mesh automatically. Open Blender. File arrow import arrow FBX. The character imports with the skeleton intact, textures linked and assigned to the correct material slots, and the animation data attached to the rig. Hit play on the timeline. The combat idle is running. No manual material reassignment, no orphaned bones, no missing textures. From the concept sketch to a fully textured, rigged, animated character inside Blender in under 10 minutes. The full workflow. Generate your concept in the image workspace, run image to 3D in T-pose with Meshy 6, apply AI texturing with a detailed material prompt, remesh to quad topology at your target poly count, auto-rig and preview animations, export FBX to your pipeline. That's character production. Not a rough draft, not a placeholder, an actual production asset at a speed and cost that makes the traditional workflow look absurd by comparison. Meshy is free to start at meshy.ai. 200 credits a month, no card required. Pro starts at $16 a month for commercial licensing and more credits. Link is in the description. Drop your first generated character in the comments. I want to see what people build. Subscribe for more tutorials on AI tools that actually change what's possible as a creator.